What if I told you that one of the most hated stocks on Wall Street today could end up becoming one of the biggest comeback stories of the next bull market? Sounds crazy, right? Because let's be honest, most investors have already given up on Plug Power. The stock crashed. The headlines turned negative. Analysts became skeptical, and thousands of investors sold their shares in frustration. But here's the twist. History has a funny way of rewarding companies that survive their darkest moments. Think about Amazon after the dot-com crash. Think about Tesla before its massive breakout. Now, I'm not saying Plug Power is guaranteed to become the next Tesla, not even close. But I am saying that completely ignoring this company could be a mistake. Because beneath all the bad news, something interesting is happening. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why some investors believe Plug Power could surprise everyone during the next bull market. Let's jump right in. The first reason is something most people overlook. The hydrogen industry is still in its early innings. A lot of investors act like hydrogen has already failed, but that's simply not true. In reality, governments around the world are investing billions into clean energy. Industries are looking for alternatives to fossil fuels. Warehouses need cleaner equipment. Shipping companies want lower emissions. Airports are exploring new fuel options. And heavy industries still need reliable energy. Sources that batteries alone can't always provide. That's where hydrogen starts becoming part of the conversation. Plug Power isn't just trying to sell fuel cells. The company wants to build an entire hydrogen ecosystem, from producing hydrogen to storing it, transporting it, and finally delivering it to customers. That's a much bigger vision than most people realize. Will it happen overnight? Absolutely not. But markets don't wait until a trend is obvious. Stocks usually move months or even years before the business reaches its full potential. That's exactly why some long-term investors are still paying attention. Now here's where things get even more interesting. The second reason has nothing to do with hydrogen itself. It has everything to do with psychology. Wall Street loves comeback stories. Think about it. Why do some stocks deliver unbelievable returns after terrible years? Because expectations become incredibly low. When nobody expects good news, even small improvements can send a stock flying. That's exactly what makes turnaround companies so fascinating. Plug Power has spent years dealing with losses, cash concerns, and disappointing earnings. Most retail investors stop right there. They see bad headlines and move on. Professional investors ask a different question. What happens if things simply become less bad? Not perfect, just better. If expenses come down, if revenue starts improving, if cash flow becomes stronger, or if the company lands a few major contracts, suddenly the entire market narrative can change. Remember this, stocks don't move because companies become perfect. They move because expectations change, and sometimes that's all it takes. Now let's talk about the third reason. This one doesn't get enough attention. Plug Power continues to attract partnerships with some very large companies. That's important because major corporations usually don't build long-term relationships with businesses they believe have no future. These companies do extensive research before signing deals. They study technology, they evaluate performance, and they think years ahead. That doesn't guarantee Plug Power will succeed, but it does tell us something. Large customers still see value in hydrogen solutions. As demand for cleaner operations grows, those existing relationships could become even more valuable. Think about it this way. If a company is already using Plug Power's technology today and decides to expand tomorrow, who are they most likely to work with? Probably the partner they already know and trust. That's an opportunity many investors ignore because they're too focused on short-term headlines. Does this mean Plug Power is guaranteed to explode? Absolutely not. This remains a high-risk stock. Always do your own research before investing. But sometimes the biggest opportunities appear when almost everyone has stopped paying attention. So here's the question. Is Plug Power a value trap? Or is it quietly setting up for one of the biggest comeback stories of the next bull market? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more stock analysis, and let me know in the comments. Would you buy Plug Power today, or are you staying away? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.